It's Madden NFL 22, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Panthers and the Cards on Thursday night.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun and State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with the Carolina Panthers. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And Charles, our ball game here featuring a couple of young quarterbacks a lot of people have their eye on. Sam Darnold of the Panthers, Kyler Murray of the Cardinals.
Yeah, Brandon, we're starting to see some of the old guard moving on. Guys like Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, Eli Manning. And in their place, there have been some dynamic young guys who have come into the league, not just this year, but the last 3 or 4 years in particular. They've really changed the quarterback position. I think both of these guys fit into that category. Youth is being served.
Here's the kicker, Zane Gonzalez, ready to get this one started. And we are underway here on EA Sports. Set to return it, here's Moore. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Cardinals making their way out, and it's the #1 overall pick in 2019, Kyler Murray at the helm.
And when you have a guy like Kyler Murray under center, it not only opens up your playbook, it allows you to draw up even more plays because he's among the best dual-threat quarterbacks in the league and a true playmaker. If flushed out of the pocket, he might even be more dangerous. The next step for him, being able to throw on rhythm and deliver from the pocket.
First carry for James Conner, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From the 27, Murray. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Matt Rule not a big fan of that last call, and he's going to go ahead and challenge it. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide, and I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things, but even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Murray a give. This is Connor. Runs over him and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Here's Murray. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he is going to have the Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. They run the option here on 1st and 10. 6 yards there on the keeper at 2nd down. Well, that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
On the handoff, Connor. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Murray now running right on the option. Fights loose. And the stiff arm proved fruitful for a second, but the daylight quickly snuffed out. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Murray, incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Now Murray. That's going to be caught by Kirk for a Cardinals touchdown. Christian Kirk there to make the grab. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Right off the bat, they start with a very solid, methodical 10-play drive.
And you know me, I tend to look at things from the defensive side. They're coming off the field gassed right away. We're in the first drive of the game. So it's not just what happened, but think of the emotion you carry into a game, then double it with getting a 10-play drive put on you and points scored. They're pretty tired right now.
Extra point good by Prater. And that makes the score 7-0. A 10-play drive that time. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25. So here are the Panthers under head coach Matt Rule. Commanding the offense will be the highly touted USC product, Sam Darnold.
And the thing with Sam Darnold is we know the skill set is there. May not be the most mobile or strongest arm quarterback in the league, but usually plays with really good poise, and at his best, like a point guard in basketball, able to move around and distribute the rock.
Darnold on first down. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A shotgun snap for Darnold, and his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended receiver there, Ian Thomas. That'll bring up second down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? Because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Back to throw, Darnold. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal. Here's Darnold. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
It hasn't been a real good start to this game from a defensive perspective, but now after the incompletion on second down, things may be changing. If they can come up with one more play, they might be able to get out of it with just a field goal attempt.
And now third and goal following incompletions on first and second down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. In racing, going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play when you go 5 wide?
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Moore now to return. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Murray. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Murray's throw pulled in by Hopkins. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive. He comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might.
He rifles one that's intercepted. A.J. Bouye with a pick. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender. From there, he doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Gonzalez now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Moore now on the return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Here we go.
The football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here.
Hey, watch the slam. Watch the slam.
Murray trying again after the pick six. Escaping the pressure right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. To throw again on second down. Murray. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Murray now on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Green. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for him. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Murray giving to Connor on the draw. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Murray now. He'll get this to Connor underneath. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. To throw is Murray. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he is going to have the Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick 6 just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And that's complete. It's the tight end Daniels. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. That's going to be caught by Kirk. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Here's a handoff to Connor. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Cardinals on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This time it's 3rd and 3. Shotgun now for Murray. Ertz has it left side. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
And now out is the Cardinal field goal team here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Darnold from the gun. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do?
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Chandler Jones in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
Seems to me that our friend Old Momentum, I think he's definitely changed teams in this game.
It's only going to grow after that sack, and now, heck, they can get the ball back here and possibly even get the lead. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Here's Moore on the return. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Kyler Murray going to lead the Cardinals back out on offense. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get them back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Murray. He'll go out to the flat for Edmonds. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Well, that wasn't exactly a thing of beauty. I know they completed the pass, but look at the yardage lost. I mean, who does that make happy?
That's why I don't play in PPR points per reception fantasy leagues right there.
You'd be really
You don't deserve
upset,
anything
right?
for that.
But you get credit for it? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Well, I know whoever has this team's defense, they were happy about that play.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Going deep for Hopkins, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
On 1st and 10, Darnold. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. That's complete over the middle to Anderson. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big play there on the catch and run.
And that's patience to be admired right there, because he looks left, looks right, and waits for the right guy to come open, spots him in the middle of the field, and delivers.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Darnold will hand off to McCaffrey. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, for an inside linebacker, I think you'd agree when I say that he is fast to the football, and he proved that thesis correct on that last play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. Flushed out right. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And some room to maneuver. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
52 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. McCaffrey. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Now from back at the 5, this is 3rd and goal. Darnold. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. He's at the 50. 30. The 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. On 2nd and 9, Murray. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Hassan Reddick in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. Murray now to throw. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. Prater's kick is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Let's go.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And it may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. On 1st down, Darnold. Eluding the pressure right. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Darnold. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, but fortunately he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity missed.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Second and short now following the fumble. To throw is Darnold. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there just before halftime. So Sam Darnold, not really known for having the strongest arm in the NFL, but he certainly laid that one out there.
And we often talk about hang time for punts, but in this case, we should probably calculate the hang time on that throw because that one hung up there for a long time and managed to keep going and going until it found its target.
And that throw, pretty impressive, and even 61 yards through the air. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Here's Darnold. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Again, Darnold. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. And that one really pushes him back. A loss of 9. And now it's 3rd and goal after the sack. So we come upon halftime intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, time for a check of the next-gen stats from that first half for Carolina. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they too found some success throwing the football. But I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This fielded right at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Darnold on 1st down. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Jordan Phillips able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, with talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the 3rd quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. Sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Draw play, Darnold giving to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Here's Darnold. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Dancing away at the 30. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
On 3rd down, you'll give them that. You just want to make sure that you play the first down line. They were able to get him down and force the punt.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for Carolina. Returning it is Moore. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
He'll start the drive with a give to Connor.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Come on, guys, let's go.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Murray. Ertz over the middle. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. And able to find Kirk complete. And he is going to have the Cardinals 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
On 1st down, it's Connor. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throwing now is Murray.
On the slant, complete to Hopkins.
And he's going to have the Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And if they're throwing on 3rd down, it's a good bet. They're going to look his way. He's the most reliable of their receivers. And he comes through there with a nice grab for the 1st down.
First down, Murray. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 27-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
Second and 5 now. Murray. And that's complete. It's Green here. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Flush to his right. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kyler Murray, 14 yards. And the Cardinals have retaken the lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good. So good, he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Cliff Kingsbury going to decide here to leave the offense out and go for 2. It appears they're going to throw for it with Murray. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Now Abdullah, the return. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On first down, it's Darnold. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Jordan Phillips in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. If feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Darnold. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on third and long.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Jordan Phillips make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Now Kyler Murray ready to get back under center.
And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
Murray now on first down. Caught left side, Hopkins. A good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Throwing again on second down.
Murray will go out to the flat for Edmonds.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Throwing on first down is Murray. He'll let this go for the end zone. And Hopkins has got it. Touchdown, Arizona. DeAndre Hopkins, 43 yards. And the Cardinals push further out in front.
It's so easy to focus on the speed and elusiveness of Kyler Murray, but as he shows right there, don't sleep on the arm strength.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Prater for the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Just a 4-play drive that time, and the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. the touchdown. Now here's Prater to kick. Now Abdullah, the return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 75 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Darnold. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Darnold. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. It's a 39-yard punt, and good coverage means a loss on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the Arizona offense about set to take over. He's been a load for them to handle defensively, I know that much.
But look at him. He's got 7 catches on the game, and he's starting to shred them a little bit because not only is he catching them, he's picking up good yardage, keeping the chains moving, ball control, you name it. This big guy, what did you say? He's been a load for them to handle?
That's right.
Agreed.
This has 7 catches, as you said, over 100 yards. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. Throwing to start the drive. Murray. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. That catch good for only a couple.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch it, turn upfield, and pick up the 1st down.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray. Escaping the pressure right. And Murray with a smart move there at the end of the play. Picks up the first down and then slides to the ground.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Hopkins. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Here's Connor on the read option. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Shotgun now for Murray. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
To throw again on 2nd down. Murray throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hopkins. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Murray now on 1st down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
Let's go, boys. Bring it on.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the challenge there unsuccessful, and that means that he'll be out of challenges for the remainder of this ball game. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 6 yards there on the keeper at 2nd down. But no doubt here in the 4th quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
On 2nd down and 4, Murray. Flushed out right, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kyler Murray with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Cardinals have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. So an important touchdown right there is now they're really beginning to pull away.
Yeah, this was a tight game until not too long ago. But since then, they've hit the accelerator. And they pushed the lead up to 3 scores here in the fourth quarter. And I don't see them looking back.
Extra point good by Prater. And that will make this a 19-point game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. The Carolina offense about ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On first down, Darnold. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marco Wilson. Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. After the turnover, here's Murray. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
On second down, this is Edmonds. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On play action, it's Murray. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Max Williams there to make the grab. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. They find themselves open for an easy touchdown.
Now Prater to add the PAT. And that will bump the lead up to 26. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25. Sam Darnold and the Carolina offense set to take over here. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had a victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle, because where it goes, that's where you find his body. And he was able to get in there and make a great play.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. A shotgun snap for Darnold. He's got Anderson right side. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Darnold. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Again, Darnold. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack. Darnold will get this out wide here to McCaffrey. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. The Panthers on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. To throw is Darnold. And a big loss here as he's taken down. J.J. Watt that time able to do what he does best, and that's sack the quarterback. A 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it, but he just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. 4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. He's going to look deep for more. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. Then the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. They'll run on 1st down. Connor. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away.
Connor going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Again, it's Connor. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down.
45 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Just like that. Just like that.
Now a handoff coming left. Connor. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
But I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.